Is anyone prepared to talk about the elephant in the room? Did you know there's millions of people every day feel trapped with their life circumstances, feeling weighed down so much that they don't even have the ability to smile? But what if I said it doesn't have to be the same for you? Now, what if I told you that with the right spiritual guidance, and I know spirituality is a big word out there, it means a lot for many people, but let's work with that word in a way that we can respect what it means for many people in different cultures. What if I told you with the right spiritual guidance, anxiety, depression, and unhappiness would be a thing of the past? So here's a question. Now, if you are conscientious of how you are applying your way of life, can you answer this question? Is your way of life serving you best? Namaste, my name is Tarun Haridas. I am the CEO of Transcending Matters, and I'm here to tell you about the Way of Life app. But before I tell you about the Way of Life app, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Now, instead of going to the beginning and telling you about a Holy Prasad story, let's start from a question that I'm asked frequently. And that question that I'm asked frequently is, how comes you're so passionate about life, Brother Tarun? How comes you're so passionate and full of joy all the time? You know, even in our WhatsApp group, there's many times there's conversations that are, is Tarun's happiness fake? Why is he so happy all the time? Doesn't he see what's going on in the world? And number one, I'm going to say, my life hasn't always been a bed of roses. It has not been that for sure. I was a music producer with moderate success. There was one point that I was feeling I was on top of the world, having hit records and all of this stuff. And my whole personal life just went from under the carpet. And I fell to a place of darkness. I gave everything away. I became almost suicidal. Me talking from a personal point of view, it took me to a point. I left the UK, went to India, Himalayan regions, Radhakund, and spent time out there to just plug out of the Western world, or plug out of the social norm, what was normal. And I delved deep into Ayurveda, delved deep into Vedanta, delved deep into Sanskrit, got initiated with one of the most profound gurus in the world at the time, Sri Anantadas Babaji Maharaj. That was a beautiful experience. And in completing my journey, which was over a 30-year period, and I wouldn't say it's complete because you're consistently learning, I learned many key secrets along the way. This is what gave me the passion to start Transcending Matters. This is what gave me the passion to start teaching. Now, that passion, admittedly, came at the beginning of the series of lockdowns. And I realized at the time of lockdowns, there was a lot of mental collapse that was happening amongst friends, families, loved ones, and so forth. And I knew that the knowledge that I had procured over years could potentially save lives. So I started doing online courses, first doing pranayama exercises, which was very profound, helped a lot of people. This eventually turned into a way of life course, which lasted for 3 months. And on this course, the profound effects, people was coming off of antidepressant tablets, people were coming off of oxygen dependency. And there was a range of beautiful stories. That original course that I had a high retention rate. I had over 70% of people complete the course. It was such an amazing course. It inspired me to continue doing more courses. And in total, what I found is that over a period of years, I had delivered about 14 3-month courses covering from Ayurveda, the chakras, beautifying the mind. So over time, I thought, instead of repeating the courses, why don't I make all this knowledge available on an app? Because consistency of input of knowledge is important for sustaining growth. It's like you're watering a plant to grow. Many times what we find as an issue, we look at children. Children have the ability to learn 5,000 words a year. As we age and we think we become Mr. Know-it-all or Mrs. Know-it-all, we slow down that rate of learning. And now we're learning less than 50 words a year. And this is impacting everything about our life. This is impacting the ability of the brain to create new neuroplasticity. This is eating out your internal resilience. So knowledge to the brain is like water to a plant. So let's talk about the app. Let's look at the details of the app. The app contains these 14 courses, and at the time I was charging a humble £500 per course, which many was telling me that it was a lot less than what I should be charging. However, being humble and as a sincere effort to help people, I refrained from charging exuberant prices for the courses to make it more affordable for people to access it. So the app has these 14 courses. If we put a simple value of even £500 per course on the app, we're looking at a database of courses that are at the value of £8,000. And if we're looking at it even in terms of hourly perspective, there's over 350 hours of lectures on the app. Now, I'm not going to be charging £8,000 to access this knowledge. I am not even going to charge £1,000 to access this knowledge. Millions of people need this knowledge. So I'm not even going to charge £500 for this. What I am going to do, what Transcending Matters is going to do, is make this app available with all of this knowledge, which includes a 7-day groundworks course, which is imperative for everyone to take. And even within this 7-day groundworks course, you're going to see massive changes in your life, because it's really aiming at rewiring the way you think about you. Then there's the Way of Life course, Advanced Studies of the True Self, Defining the Spiritual Warrior, 7 Chakras Masterclass, Psychology of the 7 Chakras, Science of the Bhagavad Gita, Emotional Mastery, Beautifying the Inner Soul, In-Depth Studies of the 4 Vedas, Essence of Ayurveda, and Go for Life, Go for Success, with a final section with meditations. And that's a big, huge database of knowledge. And we're gonna make this all available for a simple $19.99 a month. For a simple $19.99 a month. Now that's a bargain. And if you add up $19.99 a month for premium VIP access, that's less than £240 for the year. So at a bargain deal of $19.99 a month, that's less than £5 a week. And that's less than £1 a day, 7 days in a week, not 5. 7 days, we take 5, that's less than £1 a day, which is less than £1 an hour. Now, if you can commit to an hour of study a day, that's brilliant. Most people don't even have 25 minutes. And don't forget, there's over 350 hours of lectures on the app. Some of the lectures are 3 hours long, but they've been broken down into segments so you can take them in at bite-sized chunks as you go along in your own time. Plus, I have not stopped teaching. There are more courses going on the app. There is more information, more knowledge. So, to give yourself structure and the ability to aid yourself to a point where... Now, spirituality means a lot for many people, but it should cover 3 things primarily. And these 3 things should be, number 1, contentment with self. Number 2, contentment with the progress in life. And number 3, living in alignment with your truth that allows you to live a life of least resistance and in a state which is referred to in Sanskrit as Sat Chit Ananda, truth, consciousness, and bliss. So let me encourage you to subscribe to the Way of Life app, which, by the way, you can cancel at any time. So here's my guarantee to you. If there's any single hour that you find that you do not learn something powerful, some insight that can help you grow to a place of Satchitananda, you can unsubscribe, you can cancel, okay? That is my promise to you. Furthermore, when you subscribe, you get a 7-day free trial. That's the perfect scenario for you to test the waters and realize the depth of this knowledge and how it can support and change your life. Once again, I'm Tarun Haridas. Thank you for spending time, and I look forward to seeing you with a great smile on your face.